It sure seems like Yemen never learns their lesson. In response to a ballistic missile attack where the Houthis used cluster bombs against Israel, Israel just carried out an incredible precision strike in Yemen, eliminating almost the entire leadership of the evil regime. Libs are crying about it on X, and Marco Rubio is denying visas to the Palestinian leadership because, well, they are in fact terrorists. We'll get into all of that, but first, let's talk about the Houthis. Israel started their massive campaign of airstrikes on Yemen, beginning with hitting the capital, presidential palace, 2 power stations, a fuel depot, and missile bases. And then a few days later, just when the Houthis perhaps thought it was over, Israel performed an incredible precision strike from over 2,000 kilometers away that took out most of the Houthi leadership, including their Prime Minister Ahmed al-Rahawi. Reports are estimating that casualty numbers could be up to 40 or 50, seeing as most of the so-called government was gathered to hear a speech from their leader, Abdul Malik al-Houthi. The IDF stated on Saturday that it struck a facility that hosted dozens of senior officials of the Houthi terrorist regime. These officials were, quote, responsible for the use of force, the military buildup of the Houthi terror regime, and the advancement of terror actions against Israel, along with other key senior Houthi officials. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz put out a pretty intense statement. He said, quote, as we warned the Houthis in Yemen, after the plague of darkness comes the plague of the firstborn. Whoever raises a hand against Israel, his hand will be cut off. A post about this strike on Yemen that I saw on X proved to me either the incredible ignorance or the complete Jew hatred of hundreds of thousands of people on social media. So this lady who has over 500,000 followers on X posted this. Israel can murder the Prime Minister of Yemen with zero consequences? If Yemen killed Netanyahu, nukes would already be flying. And this post got 170,000 likes. Absolutely insane. By the way, these people in this video are the same people that half of social media is crying over right now. Speaking of eliminations, Hamas's chief propagandist, also known as their spokesman, Abu Obaida, is no longer with us thanks to an incredible joint operation between the IDF and the Shin Bet. Netanyahu took a jab at Hamas, saying, quote, we struck the Hamas spokesman, the spokesman of the murderous evil organization, Abu Obaida. I hope he is no longer with us, but I noticed that there is no one left to answer that question on Hamas's side. Defense Minister Israel Katz also said, quote, Hamas's terror spokesperson Abu Obaida was eliminated in Gaza and sent to meet all the eliminated members of the Axis of Evil from Iran, Gaza, Lebanon, and Yemen in the depths of hell. Congratulations to the IDF and Shin Bet for the flawless execution. Soon, with the intensification of the campaign in Gaza, many more of his criminal partners, Hamas murderers and rapists, will join him there. A joint statement from the IDF and Shin Bet said that he was one of the last remaining senior terrorists of Hamas's military wing from before October 7th, 2023. Israel also just eliminated a top ISIS terrorist in Gaza. He was apparently the head of ISIS's Palestine district. I didn't even know they had a section just for Palestine. So, Abu Zubaydah, not Abu Obaida, served as ISIS's highest ranking figure in Gaza, in charge basically of all terrorist activities in Judea and Samaria and the Gaza Strip, also the Sinai Peninsula. Also, Israel just struck a Hezbollah terrorist infrastructure site in southern Lebanon, and on Friday they took out a Hezbollah commander. All of this is to say, Israel seems to be done messing around, and they this week in particular have been very busy for eradicating evil from the world. You know, the world loves to blame Israel, accuse them of genocide, but in fact, in the end, Israel is actually doing the world a favor by removing this evil. We need to see Israel safe and secure on all of their borders, but also see them strong. In a minute, we'll get to some good news coming out of the Trump administration, but first, Magen David Adom is Israel's emergency services system, which means that they are the first ones on the scene at every terror attack, car accident, heart attack, whether it's terror related or not. They dispatch every ambulance in the nation. They receive thousands of emergency calls every single day. They are the ones who are on the front lines of this seven-front war that Israel is still facing. Since October 7th, they've saved thousands of lives. They continue to do so every single day. They need our help to do that, though. With Israel's resources strained to the breaking point with the ongoing war, Magen David Adom needs more emergency vehicles, bandages, medical supplies, and so much more to respond to every terror attack and every other daily emergency that's happening in Israel. People ask us all the time what they can do to bless Israel during this war, and honestly, this is one of the best ways that you can do that. You can be a part of making sure Magen David Adom is equipped with everything that they need to save more lives here in Israel. Just go to savelivesinisrael.com to make a real difference today, or you can just click the link in the description below. The US government is putting a temporary freeze on all visa holders who are members of the Palestinian Authority. The Trump administration publicly announced on Friday that it would not allow entry to PA President Mahmoud Abbas and some 80 more Palestinian officials for the upcoming UN General Assembly in New York. And this freeze includes, quote, visas for medical treatment, university studies, visits to friends or relatives, and business travel. Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau approved the move after determining the PA and PLO were in violation of U.S. law by, quote, unilaterally declaring Palestinian statehood, glorifying violence, promoting anti-Semitism, and providing material support to terrorists through its Pay for Slay program. It's great to see someone else besides Israel finally taking a stand against not just terrorists, but also their supporters and sponsors. Here at the Israel Guys, we love positivity. We want to talk about all the amazing things that are happening in Israel. Right now, we have a group of volunteers here who have been here for about 2 weeks now. They've been blessing and serving the people of Israel, fulfilling biblical prophecy, harvesting grapes, just experiencing the land of Israel. We have a channel called Hayovel, Israel Volunteers, here on YouTube, where we're putting out a lot of updates about our volunteer work. If you want to check it out, I'll put a link in the description below. You can get subscribed to that channel. But there's something else amazing that I wanted to tell you guys about real quick, and that is that for the first time since the disengagement 20 years ago, a kindergarten has opened in the formerly evacuated settlement of Homish. So when Israel ethnically cleansed their own people out of Gaza, because that's the only way to put it, in 2005 to give the Palestinians a state, what many people don't realize is that they also evicted and destroyed several communities in northern Shomron as well, including the community of Homish. In 2023, the Knesset canceled the disengagement law, and Homish has grown rapidly since then. And then just yesterday, the first kindergarten was opened in the settlement in 20 years. Many residents of Judea and Samaria, officials, members of the original community came to the opening ceremony. Among them was Ayala Levi, who had served as the kindergarten teacher before the 2005 evacuation. Samaria Regional Council head Yossi Dagan said, quote, "The disengagement is dead. Am Yisrael lives. This is a sweet victory for the people of Israel and Zionism. Justice always comes, even if it takes 20 years. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.